Alrighty, Casper here again. Welcome to the channel. We're going to look at commodities. A day's late. I was supposed to do it yesterday, but I was too tired at that point in time. However, we are going to quickly blast through the commodities. Again, we have the core PPI coming out in like 3 hours time, which will obviously be a huge market mover. So maybe when you see this video, you know the commodities has moved quickly in one direction or the other. So but anyways, let's stick right into the important stuff. Silver, funny enough, is, as you can see with my golden circles here, is sitting at that long-term green uptrend here. What will happen? Right, I mean, this is the fifth time that we're touching that one. So obviously breaking down here would be very bad, and getting below that $22.1 level. We hope that we will bounce. Again, the PPI today will decide the direction for silver, basically. Gold still doing nothing much here in this falling wedge right here, which, you know, should resolve to the upside based on the probabilities. Again, we have to wait and get that confirmation. When it breaks to the upside, then it might take that we get to the all-time high for the fourth touch. So yeah, let's see again. PPI coming out, big numbers. Oh yes, again, the gold to silver ratio keeps going against, not in our favor. Let's say we want this to go down. We had the first false breakout here, the second. And now it has been proven that the 78.5 really is the big level to watch. I had this arc drawn in here, and as you can see, we're above now. We popped it yesterday. So that's not good news for gold and silver. Again, PPI coming out, let's see. But again, I would have preferred, obviously, that we went down with the arc and then broke it down there. Let's see how it is. As long as we don't make a higher high, really. So we have a high, higher high, lower high. Hopefully it stops here just below 85.3. And then we curl over. Again, big day today. Anything can happen. Looking at the dollar, really, the DXY, we are sitting. Let's use daily for this one. That one right here is there it is. If you let's go to the 4-hourly just to show you a bit more in detail. Again, the dollar is sitting here at this trend line here, straight into CPI. Do we get a bounce up from here, or do we finally go down again? Gold and silver will do the inverse of what happens here, basically. That's the squeeze. Important day, and we are in a very nice uptrend for the dollar. Again, it's not nice if you're into gold and silver, or platinum for that matter, but let's see if we can make some sort of skewed head and shoulders there. Again, in 3 hours time, we will know the direction. The 10-year rates are, I wouldn't say struggling, but they are showing signs of loss of momentum, right? This to me, that one right there, that squeeze, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. And we have broken down, and now we're doing the retesting. That was very bad drawn by me. And we are doing the retesting here. This is a huge, it's not a topping tail because it's lower than this one, but the wick here indicates lower rates. Again, we will know in a few moments' time. A lot of old drawings here from the video yesterday with Andy from Finding Finance. It should be out later today, where we talk uranium, gold, silver, oil, looks fantastic, XOP, OIH, and so on. Again, long term here, we're still in the arc, and we have made this massive breakout here above the 32, the 82, $83 level. Again, I thought we would go a lot lower, down to like 75, but we stopped at 78 and now have made a big move here. Again, the way I see it, we'll do something like this with the arc, getting to that 120, just early 2024 maybe. I think we have some moments still here up to the 100, and then we go for the arc play right there, basically. Looks fantastic. Oil, energy looks fantastic. Weekly palladium. As you know, I have this target at roughly 1150, 1160, and we came all the way down to 1180. And it looks like we have a very, very good try here to break that long-term resistance, a falling wedge here. We've been looking at this for like, I don't know, since July, yeah. So 3 months, give or take. And if we can finally start to break up here, that will be the initial proof. I wouldn't say proof, but still the initial work that we need to do in order to get above that big $13.35 level. And obviously, the weekly moving average, the 30 weekly is coming down here. So this is a good try to make a bottom. But let's see, we cannot celebrate until we have anything confirmed, but it looks decent. Again, platinum, very difficult to draw really. We're still in this overall bull flag here. And maybe we could go all the way down to 750, excuse me, to that final third impulse lower low. And I think the nail in the coffin will be getting below this $880 level. You can see the $900 level has been support all the way. Over here, over here, over here. So if it breaks now, I think we will go down here. Again, CPI, a core PPI coming out soon. And if the dollar spikes, we will see a drop here in my view. Great weekly candle for now. For copper, as you know, this is the one we're looking at. Anything inside this wedge is just noise. And we will either see a breakdown here or here at some point in time. Nothing much to discuss really. I mean, there's more downside pressure at the moment, but again, big numbers coming out. Nat gas, good old nat gas again, still within that bear flag, holding the $2.45 dollar level. And yeah, basically, in order to negate that bear flag, we need to get up above here, above this trend line here, negating the bear flag and also that blue horizontal neckline right there. Again, the 30 weekly is bottoming and putting some upward pressure. So nat gas could do very well or very, very bad in the very short term here. But again, I think if you look at oil, if you look at uranium, the energies are just going up. We're going into the winter months here in Europe, and yeah, that's but my bias is to the upside for nat gas as well. Looking at the Dutch TTF, the natural gas in the Dutch, right? We have the 44s still not breaking. It's just basically chopping around here. Look at the daily. You can just see that, you know, it's all over the place really. Gap up, gaps down, you know, all over the place. So yeah, again, anything from 44 down to 24 is basically one big range. And they're getting above 44, hugely bullish. Getting below this level here, also that long-term trend line at around 24, ultra bearish. But my bias is to the upside after we broke that golden resistance, support and resistance trend line here. And I think we're starting to form a bottom here. And if we get the 30 weekly to finally curl up at some point in time, again, energies looks good. Coal with a big gap up here, I think was Monday. Again, we are at this long-term support from 2011 at 140, where we bounced here in 2021, and we're trying to bounce here again in 2023. Again, 30 weekly coming down big time. So if it were to really do something, we need to start to make some sort of bottom here in the near future. Again, coal is being used more and more, funny enough. Bitcoin, I think I'll go to the daily. This right here, Monday was a big scare. Was it? Yeah, Tuesday, but anyways, was a big scare actually. I thought that we were finally going to break, but actually this low here held at 24.8. Again, the bias is to the downside really. But let's see. I mean, PPI is coming out, you know, and this neckline at 25.3 is really, really holding up very well at the moment. As you can see here, one big red candle, doji, and then we have a somewhat of a green candle for now. But again, it doesn't take much to scoop this lower. And we're still below the 30 weekly. So if we don't pop here, then the 30 weekly will start to put the momentum downside. Again, we're not close. I mean, we have that wide resistance line here. So if we get above that, especially that white one coming down, also the horizontals, and getting above 32K, then you have a decent amount of upside all the way up to 42K. That's the measured move for that head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders. Look where we are in uranium. We are at that long-term trend line here. You could argue head and shoulders right there, inverted head and shoulders. Again, I think we will reach 73 pounds, $1 per pound uranium in the near future, maybe with some possible overperformance. But again, if we break it here in the first go, hugely bullish. Let's see. Soybeans, let's go to the weekly. Again, we have these two similar setups, one right here where we broke down, and now we have the exact same thing again here again. Getting below the blue, bullish, getting above that golden trend line. Excuse me, bearish, of course, getting above that golden, bullish. And until that happens, you shouldn't do anything. You just wait to get the confirmation, either on the breakout or the retest. Sugar still does very well. That's also good for silver because they are very correlated to each other. That's a flag, breakout here, and the bull flag's target is up here at 33. Silver looks fantastic, also above this long-term golden trend line. I think we're going to the all-time highs back from 2011. Nickel, again, still trying to make that second bottom here. Still trying to do it, but again, it can't seem to catch any momentum. So, and we are inside again, this long-term rising wedge right here. So my bias is that silver cannot escape its gravity here and will go all the way down to the lower trend line. We will not go into these two. These were two that I looked at last week. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. This very rapid walkthrough of commodities core PPI in 3 hours. It will move the market for sure. Let's see how it looks at the weekly recap Friday when the week is closed. What happened on this day? And yeah, have a great day, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. As always, comment, subscribe if you like what you see, thumbs up. You know what to do. And we will see you in the next one, guys. Cheers.